So I'll be installing these Nightlight. They're just a LED light bar. Looks to be pretty good quality. Going to be reverse lights on my 2001 GMC. Alright, so here's a mounting bracket. Obviously we're underneath the truck. The outside of the bumper, the best spot I could find is right here where this bumper reinforcement ends, and then you just have the standard bumper right on the edge there. Drilled a guide hole and then 7/16 hole. And then you got your mounting bracket, nothing fancy. Your bolt takes 17mm. I didn't notice before I put it up there, but the bracket actually has locking tabs, so you don't need that socket on the bottom. It holds it in place. So 17 metric bolt. That's the mounting bracket, obviously. This guy goes up here. Alright, so I got that one put in. A couple issues that I found is those holes, mounting holes. They're tapped right, but it's pretty soft aluminum. And I don't think there's been any bolts run in them, so I suggest that you run the bolts in them out here, not with the brackets, but make sure the bolts go in smoothly. That way you don't cross thread them, because it's pretty soft, pretty easy to cross thread. I had one that I had to tap. But that one is mounted right where I like it. I did have to, right where I put it, the light didn't look flush. So you literally can just grab it and bend your bracket until you get it flush. Left, right, either way. Alright, so I got both sides mounted. Those are actually 10 metric bolts. This side went on a little easier because I ran the bolts first. Next is some wiring, so I'll get set up and show you how to do that. Okay, so set up with wiring here. I'm just going to do the power wire first. So little rosin core solder. And how I like to do it is this is actually like just a baker's torch. It's a little, I'll use it in the kitchen, I guess. But anyway, I like to solder with it. So, power wire. Twist them together. Pretty simple. Just there you go, soldered together. Nice and quick. Heat shrink tubing. There you go, power wire. Okay, do the ground wire. Yes, I get that does melt a little bit of the wire, but since I always use heat shrink and it's so much faster this way, I don't really care. I usually like to run another heat shrink over both of them. Power wire I did longer than the ground. The ground's fairly short because I'm just going to screw it into the some metal underneath. Not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but when I get to that point I'll show you. But typically I like to, after I get those two soldered and shrink wrap, I like to shrink wrap them together just in case there's any extra pull on it or just don't want it to come apart. So extra step, I like to do it. There you go. So I got a nice long power wire that will run up to the actual tail light. Ground wire that will put a little loop there, and we'll just screw it into some metal underneath. So that's the ground. Just I clamped it on, didn't solder it, and it's nice and tight. Just a ground anyway, so can't really short out. Okay, I'll show you guys how to find the actual reverse light. So what I did is I popped off the tail light. Pretty simple. See, that side's on. So popped off the tail light, I pulled the socket that has the reverse bulb because you don't want to poke into these back sides because they're waterproof. And then it's pretty simple really. The green wire, not sure if anything else is different, but the green wire is actually power. But the way to tell is you have it on, you pull your bulb out. You got a multimeter. I got it grounded on the cable right there. And then you just touch it to each contact. So that side, green side, 11.26 volts. Black side, no voltage, so you know your green is your power. So underneath here, what I did, obviously, there's the light that went up through that hole, which is in the bumper. So you got that nice big rubber piece coming through that hole. Right there is up where the wiring goes up for the tail light. That's where we're running the red. The ground. This ground I'm actually going to put right up here. So I'm going to put a screw right up in there. But what we're going to do is go up top. So there we go. The wire's coming out through. Here's the socket where we found the power. And what I like to do with these is they're called tap splices. Basically, they wrap around the green, and then you can put the red one in it and then smush that down, and that makes a contact. So first things first, we want to cut this to fit. We don't need all that extra wire. Probably didn't need that much on there, but we'll reuse that other piece for the other side. So you just snip that. Take your tap splice. So it's got on that side it doesn't go all the way through. On the inside part, and that side it does. So basically you want the red slide in as far as it'll go. And then you pop that over top of the green wire. Smash that splice down, and it cuts into the green and the red. That locks in. Now you are spliced in that power wire. Well, that actually came out, so I'm not going to edit my mess up, but we'll just do it again. So I had the red must have come out further than it should have. So I'm going to get that line back up. you made a splice, it's best to get it lined up where you already had it. Okay, and this time I'll hold the red down so that way it actually bites the red. Obviously I missed it last time. Hey, that went together better. Okay. Now, splice in, nice and tight. Okay, so there's the ground that I screwed in. There's a light down there. Power wire goes up through there to the wire harness. Taps into that wire. That is the actual reverse light on. And you go to the back. It's lit up bright. I'll do the other side off camera, but that's the basic how you do it.